The beautiful CEO only fired an employee who played games during work hours. But the next second the whole company was in chaos, because all the company's servers suddenly crashed, and the person in charge of development was none other than Tony, whom she just fired. At this point no one in the company could fix the system. Customer complaint calls were flooding in. If the problem wasn't resolved soon, the stock price would be affected and start to plummet. In the worst case it could lead to bankruptcy. Only then did the CEO realize how big of a mistake she had made. Turns out Tony wasn't just a key member of the tech team, he was also the lead developer of the 6G core project. Every time the main control system crashed, he could fix all the programs in just 1 minute. To reward him, the chairman offered Tony tens of millions in bonuses and a luxury car. He even gave Tony shares in the company to show sincerity, because if his communication technology succeeded, it would bring the company billions in profits and break the Western monopoly on the tech. But one day the chairman went on a business trip and let his daughter, who just returned from abroad, act as the interim CEO. However, the new CEO knew nothing about the company's projects, yet the moment she took over she planned a major overhaul. As soon as she arrived at the company, she saw Tony playing games during work, so she grabbed her water cup and without a word splashed it in Tony's face. Then she fired him on the spot. Tony found her rude and unreasonable and reminded her to consider the chairman's opinion, but the assistant coldly said the CEO's decision was the chairman's decision. Seeing how unreasonable she was, Tony didn't bother arguing. He only warned her not to regret it. Then he started packing to leave, but when the other employees saw this, they all came forward saying they wanted to leave with him. Tony told them to stay, since he didn't even know where he'd go next. Hearing that, they tried to plead for him, saying Tony was a pillar of the tech department, and without him, no one could fix the system if something went wrong. But the CEO didn't care at all. She firmly believed she had only fired a lazy ordinary worker. She even coldly told him to get out of the company. But just as Tony walked out, the system almost instantly began to crash. Chaos erupted throughout the company. No one could fix it. The complaint hotline was practically blowing up. Only then did the CEO remember her father's warning before leaving, that there was one person in the company who must never be fired. As she started wondering if it was the guy she just fired, an employee came to report more bad news. The server crash had caused complaint calls to explode, and if not fixed soon, it would at best hurt the stock price, at worst lead to bankruptcy. While no one knew what to do, the CEO suddenly thought of someone. She had met a netizen online, who was said to be the world's top communications engineer. For him, fixing this kind of bug was nothing. The CEO quickly messaged him. Little did she know the expert was actually Tony. When Tony found out she was in trouble, he agreed to help without hesitation. The CEO immediately arranged to meet and discuss the issue, but when she brought her staff to the meeting location, she was shocked to see the expert she had contacted was none other than Tony, whom she had just personally fired.